Many foolish virgins, if not all, they decorate themselves like the brides, when in fact they don't have the oil from the beginning in the first place. All they can acquire is the fake oil that they bought from, let's say, YouTube, seminars, books, doctrines and precepts of man, theologies, etc. But most certainly, they have the lamps, but they have filled them with something they bought and learned. What's more interesting is that they like to boast what they have acquired from oil sellers. If you still don't know what I mean, let me give you an example. They have learnt from various oil sellers that they say that Trinity is that God is the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost. They just memorize that and repeat the same mantra over and over until they get confused themselves. They don't seem to know God is a spirit, and the Spirit is the Father, the Word, and the Holy Ghost, as it is written in 1 John 5:7. The Father is a spirit, the Word is a spirit, and the Holy Ghost is a spirit, and these three are one. Yet because they have learnt that the Trinity is the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost, they inadvertently make the Son, Jesus Christ, into a spirit, thereby making the mistake of oneness heresy, that the flesh and spirit are one. This actually shows me that they do not know the Word was made flesh, Jesus Christ, as written in John 1:14. And they completely disregard that the Spirit of Christ is the Holy Ghost and make the flesh to bear record in heaven. The doctrine of, quote unquote, the Trinity is made up by man, which is not completely biblical. I mean, I know what they're saying and I can understand it, but the biblical and true Trinity that bear record in heaven is the Father, the Word, and the Holy Ghost. And these three are one. This is the Trinity, not man-made Trinity where they make the flesh into a spirit. Now, one may ask, what about Matthew 28:19, where Christ said, "Go ye therefore and teach all nations, baptizing them in the name of the Father and of the Son and of the Holy Ghost"? Yeah, sure. But there are a couple of reasons why Christ said that. And first of all, he was talking to his disciples. Secondly, Jesus, God in the flesh, was still on earth. And thirdly, this is when teaching and baptizing. Okay, Jesus wasn't describing God here. He was instructing his disciples to how they should teach and baptize others when he was still on earth. So insofar as God is concerned in heaven, he is the Father, the Word, and the Holy Ghost, and these three are one. And this is the true Trinity in heaven. Don't let the foolish virgins tell you otherwise. They're corrupt and like to condemn you with fake oil that they have bought and acquired for themselves because they have not the Holy Ghost and no truth can be revealed to them. they cannot know the truth and what it says in the Bible. Another example of foolish virgins not understanding the Bible is like Matthew 7:21 to 23. They like to strawman, thinking everyone who says Lord, Lord has the Holy Ghost in the first place, when in fact he never had any oil to begin with. And because they think they can acquire the fake oil by buying it, they fill their lamps with fake oil, saying one can lose his salvation. Well, I guess for them, they can lose because they are fake oil. But there are few reasons. Number one, they have no Holy Ghost to begin with, meaning they are not saved in the first place. Number two, even according to their own logic, then, they will lose their salvation that they didn't even have in the first place. And number three, they make God such an arbitrary and conditional being that one day he gives you salvation and the next day he would take it away. And certainly they do not know God and are just pretending to know him. The foolish virgins are just posers, like shills, wannabes, who never had the Holy Ghost to begin with. This is why Christ will say to them, I never knew you, depart from me, ye that work iniquity. When Christ said, I never knew you, that kind of means they were never saved in the first place. When he said, I know you not, that kind of means the foolish virgins had never any oil to begin with. They declare themselves as saved and condemn themselves as not saved. You just cannot make this up. I mean, these poor bastards, just like those Pharisees, they decorate their lamps with their fake oil, and they honor God with their lips and worship him in vain. And certainly, I also do not know them.